Hi, my name is Angeline Rusu. For my senior capstone project, I would like to explore an educational idea that involves teaching obstetrical sonography to general sonographers. The market that's targeted by this training program will target technologists who are registered sonographers, but who also desire to learn OB anatomy scanning and have not had the opportunities to learn either in their sonography training programs or on the job. The new skill set will allow sonographers to become board registered in OBGYN sonography, become competent in obstetrical scanning, and to further their skill set and career development. During my experience in working in multiple healthcare settings and over 5 healthcare organizations, I've encountered many general sonographers who have expressed their desire and need for learning obstetrical sonography. Reasons as to why they want to learn this new skill set is career development, job opportunities, and furthering their skill set. General sonographers can face a lack of opportunity in learning obstetrical anatomy scans during their 1 to 2 year general ultrasound programs. Understanding and scanning obstetrics is important to general sonographers because one can encounter patients who need an OB scan, and being able to meet your patient's needs are vital. Examples of patient needs during an OB exam are questions such as what age is the fetus? Is the fetus growing correctly? Does the fetus have all of its anatomical parts? How is the fetus's house? Such as how long is the mother's cervix? Is there enough fluid for the baby to develop correctly? Since moving to and working in Southern California, I've come to discover that current general sonography programs offer very little to no OB ultrasound scanning because of the lack of clinics willing to teach interns this type of scan. This is due to the sensitivity of this patient population and exam, as well as the difficulty and need for highly technical skills. So far, I have not come across another OB training program exactly like the one I'm proposing. Sparrow Solutions teaches obstetrical sonography to physicians and nurses in pregnancy centers, but not full anatomy scans. The AIUM offers short-term seminars on obstetrical scanning, but not hands-on experience. This training program will be unique in that we will offer extensive classroom training as well as hands-on scanning for our students to learn OB scans. A strategic plan will focus on the objective, training materials, and an intensive curriculum for this teaching program. What I plan to accomplish is to create a sonography training curriculum that teaches obstetrical anatomy scanning to general sonographers. The program will be 4 intensive weeks of hands-on scanning as well as in-classroom teaching about the development of obstetrics, ultrasound imaging, and pathology of OB. Training materials used will be Diagnostic Sonography Volume 2 by Hagen Answer, PowerPoints of normal OB development, scanning protocols, and pathologies will be created and taught during the classes. A goals protocol will be created every week for the hands-on scanning lab, in which the sonographer will have an anatomical fetal part they will need to learn how to scan for that week. 1 week will be learning how to scan the fetal heart, whereas the next will be focusing on the fetal brain. Weekly quizzes and a final written and scanning exam will be given at the end of the course so that the sonographer can better evaluate what they have learned and what else they need to learn. I will also develop and implement a 2-day trial of this curriculum. The 2-day trials curriculum will include classroom teaching and hands-on scanning for a total of 6 to 8 hours a day. So 2 to 4 hours of classroom teaching and 4 hours of hands-on scanning. 1 day will be dedicated to protocols and purposes for anatomy scans. The other day will focus on the most common pathologies in obstetrical scanning. The hands-on scanning for both days will focus on getting through the protocol on each volunteer patient. A survey will be given at the end of the 2-day trial to see what the student liked and didn't like and ways that we can better improve. Ways in which I plan to create this intense curriculum, both for the 4 weeks as well as the 2-day teaching trial, is by using multiple resources, such as the Diagnostic Sonography Volume 2 by Hagen Answer, examples of Sparrow Solutions teaching curriculum, and examples of the American Registered Medical Sonographers protocols and requirements for obstetrical scans. Advice from my mentor throughout this process, as well as coordinating with the pregnancy center for the 2-day curriculum, will be heavily needed. Pregnant volunteers in their second and third trimester at each scanning station within the pregnancy center will be needed as well for this 2-day trial. Specific tasks I will need to conduct in order to accomplish the objectives of my project are creating a daily schedule for the in-class teaching as well as the hands-on scanning. I will need to create PowerPoints for the classroom as well as objectives for the hands-on scanning for every week. I would like to be in contact with Connie Ambreth, my mentor, on a weekly basis regarding the curriculum and teaching materials I will be creating and using. Weekly quizzes and a final written and scanning exam will need to be created as well. This exam will be in accordance with the ARDMS obstetrical protocol requirements. I will also need to contact potential environments that I can conduct my 2-day trial at, such as the pregnancy center I have taught at with Sparrow Solutions numerous times in Las Vegas. They already have 2 scanning rooms with ultrasound machines and patient tables. They also have a large pool of pregnant volunteer patients we can reach out to for the 2-day trial. The environment for the 4-week course will be a classroom setting with multiple scanning stations, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 hours a day for 4 weeks. Each student will encounter 4 hours of hands-on scanning and 2 to 4 hours of classroom teaching. Ideally, there will need to be 4 to 6 scanning stations involving an ultrasound unit as well as a patient table and a patient volunteer. Of course, the number of scanning stations needed will depend on the number of students we have. During the 2-day course, only 2 to 3 scanning stations will be needed for the hands-on training portion. The 2-day trial classroom schedule will be set up with 6 to 8 hours a day and 4 hours of hands-on scanning. Concepts from classes I have taken in the ultrasound program I went through, as well as the resources I've purchased within that program, will be used. Essential resources will include a training environment, ultrasound units, patient tables, volunteer patients who are pregnant, obstetrics phantoms if needed, training materials, and teaching staff. Also, legal advice on HIPAA and patient documentation will be needed. I plan to access some of these resources through local ultrasound schools who have on-campus labs and ultrasound units, or a pregnancy center I've taught at in the past, the one in Las Vegas. This pregnancy center has 2 to 3 ultrasound units and a wide range of volunteer patients. Resources such as training materials are ones I already own or are accessible online. One resource that is very needed for my project is the mentorship of my mentor, Connie Ambreth. Because Connie has built a teaching curriculum for unlimited OB scanning, her expertise and input will be essential in building a 4-week curriculum for effectively teaching OB anatomy scans. Also, her company, Sparrow Solutions, is the connection I have with the potential pregnancy center I am considering conducting that 2-day trial at. The goal of my capstone project is to create a 4-week teaching curriculum for training general sonographers how to scan anatomy scans in both classroom training as well as hands-on scanning. I will be creating a shortened version of this 4-week curriculum into a 2-day trial. The tasks involved are 1, creating a curriculum for the 4-week program, 2, creating a shortened 2-day trial of that curriculum, 3, finding an environment in which that 2-day trial can be demonstrated, and 4, conducting a 2-day trial and receiving feedback about that trial. The benefits this project will bring about will not only benefit sonographers who want to learn anatomy scans, but will also reveal to me if whether or not this type of teaching program is practical and effective. It will allow feedback from sonographers partaking in the 2-day trial that I can then implement into the 4-week course and will ultimately make the program better. My professional and educational goals are to achieve my bachelor's degree in radiology sciences with a focus in ultrasound. These last 2 years I've been striving for this degree because I have a passion for teaching sonography. I've been teaching ultrasound in developing countries for the last 5 years and realize I not only enjoy it, but also have a gift for it. Long term, I would like to start my own training program that teaches anatomy scans to already registered sonographers. In closing, the initial diagnostic ultrasound program at Bellevue College that I've taken has been of extreme help and value to me. Through this program, I have learned not only how to scan general ultrasound, but also obstetrical anatomy scans. Through the Bachelor's of Radiology Sciences program, I have learned additional ultrasound specialties such as fetal echocardiography and pediatrics. Also, the business classes I've taken within this program, such as Introduction to Business, Finance and Accounting for Healthcare Management, Information and Imaging Management, Economics of Healthcare, and Marketing and Management in Healthcare, will better equip me for learning and understanding the business aspect of how to build and run this ultrasound training program. Thank you so much for your time.